The next thing that we are going to project the details for is going to be for the pants. Just going to go and hide this and show the low poly pants right there. Okay, select the pants and let's add a multi-resolution. Subdivide this up to 4 times. And let's go ahead and add a shrink wrap modifier. And onto the target here. Let's go ahead and click on it. And yeah, let's go ahead and find our high poly mesh, our high poly sculpt, which is the pants HP. Click on it. And let's see if we have any issues. Alright, this is actually pretty good. Looks like we don't have to put any vertex group for this one. This came out nice, really nice. Alright, next up is, let's go ahead and check our shoe. I'm gonna go hide that. Show the low poly version of our shoe. And let me look at the sculpted mesh for our shoes. That's the pants. Alright. Ooh, okay. Looks like I think I made a little boo-boo here. I think this part of the shoe, I think I had mine a little low. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's too low. I think I need to make that higher. I'm gonna go ahead and fix the shoe. I'm just gonna go ahead and delete this part. You might not have to do that with yours. Maybe you did yours correct and maybe accurately, but I think for the shoes here, I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my x-ray. Turn it off. Okay, yeah, I'm supposed to have the line start over here. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and fix my low poly version of the shoe. I'm gonna go ahead and hit a tab key. And I'm gonna go to vertex. Just gonna go ahead and move this down. So it looks like it's supposed to, this right here is, I'm not supposed to create that depth there. I'm supposed to create that depth around this area. So that's okay. It's good that I run across this issue before we start baking, and I also want to show you that you're able to still fix the UVs even though you kind of mess around with the topology. It's easy to work with this. And move that up. Okay. And I'm also going to look at the back here and the side here. Yeah, I think that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and hide the shoe, the high poly version. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and, I'm not supposed to have this depth in this area. I'm supposed to have it in this area here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and select the edges here. And press S and dissolve edges. Go. And so now there's a little issue there, right? If I dissolve the edges, I'm going to go ahead and select this and mark my seam there. And I'm going to go ahead and select all these, press X, dissolve edges. And okay, so for this here, I'm going to go ahead and kind of move this up. So I'm going to go look around if I need to fix anything here. Alright, it's fine. So now, you go ahead and add an edge loop here. Okay. I think before I do that, I think I want to go ahead and kind of bring this down slightly. Alright, let me try again. There you go. And I'm going to go ahead and add another one here. And I'm going to go Alt S on the keyboard and just scale that down. So we have a little depth there. And then we could add another extra edge right there. Alright. So now, that's exactly what we need right there. You can see that this part of the shoe is thicker. And I think we need to fix the shading issues here. So you go ahead and go to our data properties here. And on the normals, for the auto smooth, turn it on. And see here. We crank this up. Okay, I think this is fine. So we got the hard edge going on the bottom. And I don't think we need to project any details here. Like we could use Substance Painter to add the stitches and also the holes here. You could use Substance Painter also for that. And the detail that we have here, we could use Substance Painter, and also basically all the small details here for the shoe, we could just use Substance Painter for that. I'm just gonna go look all around, make sure everything's good here. Yeah, so now I want to check the UVs for this, make sure that the UVs are still fine, because I did make some changes for the geometry around this area. So I want to go ahead and okay, so I'm gonna go here to my UV editor, and on my outfit area here, I'm gonna go ahead and set it to the topology color, and I'm gonna set it back to the outfit material, but right now I'm gonna set it back to where I have my checker texture. There you go. And hit the tab key. Okay, so we do have a little issue, so it's okay, we could still fix this. I'm gonna go ahead and select these. So this part is, which part of the UVs? Okay, so basically it's this part right here. That's why we see some stretching around that area. Alright, that's no problem. We could go ahead and turn off the texture. So we could go ahead and maybe select all of these all around, and also these all around like that, and here and mark seam, and I'm gonna go ahead and mark seam. Alright, and I could go ahead and hover my mouse over here. Oh, and it selects all around on this area, which is not exactly what we're looking for. So you select here, this part of the UV is fine. So you're gonna go ahead and select all of these all around, all of these that have the issues, and this part have to be unfolded. So this is the problem area. I'm gonna go ahead and press C and select all of these, escape. Oh, make sure you could press C for the paint select, and then scroll your middle mouse button and bring down the size of the brush. if you accidentally select this, hold the Alt key and just deselect it. Alright, and going all around, hit escape on the keyboard, and yeah, there you go. So I got all those selected. And okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and right click and unwrap. Alright, so there it is. This part is basically this part right here. Alright, and go look at it this way, and over here, this part is, yeah, that part right there, and these areas are, first time in Notepad. Okay, so those are these parts right there. Okay, so those are separate, which is fine. Okay, so I think what we could do is these right here, we could go ahead and stitch them where they need to go. So I could, this doesn't need to be separate at all. This piece don't need to be separate from the rest of the shoe here. So what I'm gonna do, go ahead, tab key, control spacebar if you want to maximize the viewport. I'm gonna go ahead and click here. So this part is this part here, and I want to stitch that to this area, which is basically here. Okay, so, and then this one is this part here. I think we could just stitch these together. This don't need to be separate, so I'm gonna go and double click and stitch. There you go. And I'm gonna go select this one. This is gonna go here. Scale that down. Move that up. Bring this close here. Scale it some more. So I'm gonna stitch that there. Trying to make it the same scale of the polygons here. And then this one is gonna go be stitching in this area. I'm gonna go and scale that down, rotate it, and looking at the size of the polygons. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and double click here and right click and stitch. There's some overlapping here, but we could unfold that again. And then here, I'm gonna go ahead, right click and stitch. And I'm gonna go hover my mouse over here, in here, right click and unwrap. Alright. I'm going to scale that down. Scale that down. I'm gonna go move it to the side. And we're gonna have to pack these UVs again for the outfit, which is okay. Before I pack everything, I just want to check how this looks like for the texture. Go hit the tab key, select everything temporarily, and just scale it up, just so I could see it temporarily. I'm gonna go ahead and UV, back island, so I'm gonna turn off rotate. And I'm gonna go and scale it up. Make sure that the checker UVs are fine. Yep. Everything's good. Okay, I'm gonna go undo this. Undo that. Alright. Okay, now we could go and select all the outfit again. And we have to pack the UVs because made changes. If you made changes for the UVs here, and you gotta put it back again. You could manually put it back wherever you have space, but I just want to pack it again. I think it's gonna be more accurate that way. And also we have to put back the other side of the shoe. So before we pack it, let's go and add a mirror. There you go. Control A and Visual Geometry to Mesh. Show everything. And hide the high poly version. So we should just see the low poly version here. And hide the head and hide the eyeballs. So now I'm gonna go hide the lights and camera for now. So now it's just showing the outfit. I'm gonna go select everything, hit the tab key. If it doesn't work the first time, it could be Blender's just processing. You could just select a little bit of it, hit the tab key again, and then select everything, hit the tab key, and then it works again. Okay, cool. Now I'm gonna go ahead and select all of this, and I'm gonna pack UVs again, pack island, turn off rotate, 0.00, I think I had a 0.006, I'm not too sure, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Oh, there's too much spacing. I'm gonna go ahead and do it again, pack island, 0.002. Back island, maybe 0.003. That's too much. I think that is too much spacing, so I'm gonna go back islands 0.0025. Alright. Go ahead and zoom in. I'm gonna go ahead. I feel like the shoe size is a little too big, the UV for the shoe. So I'm gonna go UV, average islands, scale. Alright, and then I'm gonna go ahead and back the UVs again. This time I'm gonna set it to 0.2, maybe 6. Alright, much better. I think it might be a little too close to each other. Let me see. .028. Okay, I wanna kind of keep it a little bit so you don't want it too close where it's gonna bleed on the other parts of the UV, so it's gonna bleed on each other when you color it. And I'm gonna go ahead and check the head. See how the head look like. So I just want to keep it consistent. I think it's too close to each other. Let me try another one. UV, back island, 0.003. Press OK. Yep, I think this is good enough. And let's go and check our mesh here. Yeah, everything's good. Let me go ahead and check everything again for our texture. To have texture on, I'm gonna go select the material, select the topology, color. Yeah. Alright, I think everything's good. So I'm gonna set this back to the outfit material. Okay, so everything has been projected, the details for our body, the shirt, and the pants.